Hi, I'm Alex.
Hi, I'm Emma.
So, I had a conversation last week with someone who's been studying English for 8 years.
Okay.
Advanced grammar, huge vocabulary, can write perfectly, but in meetings, completely silent.
Let me guess. They told you their English wasn't good enough yet.
Exactly. I need to study more before I can speak confidently.
Right. So today we're talking about something that's going to make some people uncomfortable.
What's that?
You don't need better English. You need confidence.
I think a lot of people hear that and immediately push back, because studying feels productive. Studying feels safe.
It does, and it gives you something to hide behind.
What do you mean?
As long as you're still studying, you have an excuse not to speak. You can say, "My English isn't ready yet."
But it's never ready, because the goal keeps moving.
Exactly. First it's, "I need to learn grammar." Then it's, "I need more vocabulary." Then it's, "I need to sound more natural."
And meanwhile, you're not actually communicating.
No, you're just preparing to communicate, which is not the same thing.
So let's talk about why studying more doesn't solve the problem, because I think people genuinely believe it will.
Right. They think, if I just take one more course, if I just memorize these phrases, then I'll feel confident.
But confidence doesn't come from knowledge,
No, it comes from experience.
from doing the thing, from speaking, from making mistakes and realizing the world didn't end.
Exactly. And you can't get that from a textbook.
Here's what I see happening. People build this massive passive knowledge of English.
Passive knowledge?
Yeah, they can read it, they can understand it when they hear it, but they can't produce it in real time.
Right, because reading and listening are receptive skills. Speaking is active.
And most people spend 90% of their time on receptive skills and then wonder why they can't speak.
Because they've never practiced the thing they're actually trying to do.
Exactly.
It's like, imagine someone who reads books about swimming for 5 years. They know all the techniques. They understand the physics of it.
But they've never gotten in the water.
Right. And then they're surprised when they jump in and can't swim.
That's what passive English knowledge is.
There's also something else happening. Defensive communication.
What's that?
It's when you communicate from a place of fear instead of contribution. So instead of thinking, "What can I add to this conversation?" you're thinking, "How do I avoid looking stupid?"
So every sentence becomes a defensive move.
Yeah, and that changes everything. Your tone, your body language, the words you choose.
People can feel it.
They absolutely can. So short answers, minimal eye contact, lots of qualifiers like maybe or I'm not sure, but
Basically, you're trying to make yourself small.
exactly. So even if your English is technically correct, the energy is all wrong.
And people respond to energy more than accuracy.
Always.
Okay, so here's the uncomfortable truth. Confidence is not something you're born with. Confidence is trained.
Explain.
Okay, most people think confidence is a personality trait. Either you have it or you don't.
Right?
But that's not how it works. Confidence is just repeated exposure to something that used to scare you.
So you build it through repetition.
Exactly. The first time you speak up in a meeting, it's terrifying. The 10th time, still a little scary. The 50th time, normal.
So confidence is just familiarity in disguise.
Yeah, and you can't build familiarity by studying. You build it by doing.
So let's talk about what this looks like in practice. Because I think people hear, "You need confidence," and they don't know where to start.
Right, it feels abstract.
So let's make it concrete. What's the smallest possible action someone could take?
I think it's using one phrase, just one, in a real work situation.
Like what?
Like, can I add something here? That's it. 5 words.
And you don't need perfect English to say that.
No, you just need to say it.
And here's what happens. The first time you say it, your heart's racing. Your voice might shake a little.
But people listen.
They do, and nothing bad happens.
So the second time, it's a little easier.
And by the 10th time, it's not scary anymore. It's just something you do.
That's training confidence.
Another phrase. I see it differently.
That's a good one. 4 words, no complex grammar.
But it positions you as someone who has a perspective.
Right. You're not agreeing just to avoid conflict. You're contributing.
And the interesting thing is, once you start using these short, clear phrases,
People don't notice your grammar,
no, they notice your presence.
which is what actually matters. Here's something I've noticed. People with perfect English but no confidence get ignored. People with imperfect English but strong confidence get heard.
Every time.
Every single time.
So the question isn't, how do I make my English perfect? The question is, how do I show up with conviction?
Yeah, and conviction doesn't require fluency.
It requires belief.
Belief in what?
That what you have to say matters, even if you say it imperfectly.
So what stops people from believing that?
Fear of judgment.
Always?
Almost always. They're worried people will judge their grammar, their accent, their word choice.
But here's the reality. Most people aren't thinking about your English.
No?
No, they're thinking about their own work, their own problems, their own deadlines.
So you're creating a whole narrative in your head that doesn't even exist.
Exactly. You're fighting a battle no one else is fighting.
So here's the shift. Stop treating English like a subject you need to master. Start treating it like a tool you need to use.
A tool.
Yeah. You don't need to understand how a hammer works to use it. You just need to pick it up.
So you're saying, just speak,
I'm saying, just speak,
even if it's not perfect.
especially if it's not perfect.
I think the hardest part is letting go of the idea that more preparation equals better results.
Right, because in school, that was true. Study more, get better grades.
But communication doesn't work that way.
No, communication rewards action, not preparation.
So the person who speaks imperfectly but immediately has more impact than the person who prepares perfectly but speaks too late.
Or never speaks at all. If you've been waiting to feel ready, you're going to be waiting forever,
Because ready is a feeling you create through action.
not through study.
So stop studying, start speaking.
If this resonated, subscribe. We're having these conversations every week.
And leave a comment. What's stopping you from speaking up at work? We want to hear it.
We read everything,
Confidence is trained.
not learned.
Thanks for listening.
See you next time.